Welcome to Freedom Soapbox,
Freedom Soapbox,
the number one podcast
for life.
From our perspective. Namdi.
They call me Ashley.
It's our take on ally, finance, entrepreneurship, real estate,
Psychology, philosophy, our struggles, what's going on in society today, global warming, and of course, what's up with Chuck.
Freedom Soapbox, the one podcast for life.
Freedom Soapbox.
Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. Our neighbors can smell this. They're like, add it again. Those two.
Oh, I wonder if that's why we haven't received any, pots of soup lately.
We're bad people now.
Oh, gosh.
Did you ever repay them for that soup? Did we ever send anything to them?
Yeah, I made them some dish. I forgot what it was, but yeah, I cooked the next day. I just made extra. I gave them half and put it in their pot.
You should invite them over.
Yeah, we should.
They were probably waiting. They haven't invited us either.
Yeah, no one's invited anyone. I thought that we should have invited, but then...
Nancy invited us.
Oh, she did?
Yeah. She said anytime you guys want to come over, just call. And she gave you her phone number, which you probably trashed.
No, I have it in my phone.
Oh, okay.
I thought you meant actually invited us. Not there's an open invitation for you, because they have that. They give us that too, but obviously we don't do it.
It always feels strange, when they knock. I'm trying to tell them to come inside, but they don't want to come inside. So it feels like...
I guess people don't want to get too close.
I guess so.
I think it's just common now. We just don't want to be that close with each other. I want to be neighborly, but not friendly.
Not friends. But Nancy said when the Hernandez were living together, they used to come over.
Yeah, she would say that. We just have to just get in each other's business.
You have to force your way.
Yeah, I think we have
Somebody
to
needs to break the ice. That's what it is.
Yeah, one of us needs to say, okay, come over for dinner. And then hopefully they'll return the favor one day, and then we'll just keep doing that. And then we'll finally become friends. Or just leave it as is.
Just
Leave it as is. We're planning on leaving.
It would be nice to have a friend who's a police officer, who's a sheriff. Might come in handy one day. It's harder to make friends when you're an adult.
Why is that?
Because we're all we have our walls that we built up over the years.
Is it just our generation that built up walls? Though, because it seems like past generations didn't really have issues making friends with neighbors.
They also didn't have a lot of options.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You don't have any choice but your neighbors, because it's not like there's so much on TV to watch.
Exactly, or where else are you going to make friends? Right now, we can keep in touch with everyone we've ever known if we wanted to.
It's overwhelming. It's too much.
Yeah.
Too much.
We do have a lot going on. Because, anytime that people actually do want to hang out, my first thought is, oh my gosh, that throws a wrench in the day. But then it's you want that, but at the same time, now I'm stressed. It seems like it's just more work.
When I was younger, it didn't used to be that way. You just walked over.
Yeah.
I remember just driving over to my friend's house, and that's it. No warning, no calls. I'm here.
Yeah, when I was a kid, and it was you're just the whole day seemed way longer. After I do my homework, there's plenty of daylight. I can go down the street and play with the kids down the street.
And I'm talking about even recently in Houston, before smartphones. I drove over.
You did?
It was just phone calls and two-bit text messages. Meet me here. You want to chill? You want to come through? Very, very short messages. The phone were really strictly for phone calls and text messages. That's it. And I have one of those small Motorola flip phones.
Oh, I had that too.
To have fun, you had to hang out with people to have fun.
I didn't, obviously, so I feel like it hasn't really changed, but the tools we use changed. Because when I was in college and high school, we didn't have smartphones, but I had a computer in my room. And there was AIM.
Oh, I never had a computer.
And there was Yeah, because like in high school and college, even middle school, but not as much in middle school, mostly high school. It was like if you're gonna communicate with friends, you're gonna use some kind of instant messenger. I wouldn't dare like have a conversation on the phone. The phone is just too risky because if it's the landline phone, anyone could be on the other line. So anyone in the house could have the other phone and they could just be listening to my conversation. So I would never talk on the phone. And then my cell phone, well, like my dad sees all the minutes that I spend on the phone when the bill comes. So I'm obviously not going to have very many numbers that come on there. I'm not willing to have a bunch of them that show up on my cell phone. Like then my dad start asking questions. So no. Back in my day, it was like email and instant messaging. And then MySpace came out, and it was like, whoa, we can use this too.
I didn't own a phone or computer until college. Until I came out here at age 18. Even till then, I still didn't own a cell phone. I had just a phone in my dorm room with a voicemail box hooked up to it.
Wait, so they let you use phones? Like landline phones at the dorms?
That's all that they offer. That when you rent the room, there's a phone line attached to your room.
Oh, really?
So all you had to do was buy the handset and plug it into their phone.
Oh, and like you get a phone number? That's crazy.
Why is that crazy?
I feel like that's a big deal that they could just give students their own phone like that, or like phone number,
Well,
and it's free. Like it comes with your dorm.
It's like
that's
it's like you get a free
Like,
email when you come to school. Phones were the communication tool. It wasn't even most kids didn't have cell phones. It was a luxury. So the least you could do is offer them a phone jack, a working phone line in the home that you provided for them.
But wasn't this like 2000, 2001?
Yeah. This is at
When
college.
did people start having cell phones?
People had started having cell phones, but it wasn't ubiquitous, I think. I mean, at least for me, because I had just showed up to the scene fresh out of Africa. I didn't have anything. I remember staring at one of the guy's phones for a while. He had a cool spring phone. And I just told him, and I kept looking at it. It was so cool. I'd never seen anything like that. I only seen anything on TV.
Wow.
And he had that on me. I never even imagined myself owning that.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I thought that was
I remember like middle school, I was like mad at my dad for not buying me a cell phone when I was like a 12-year-old. I'm just like, why can't you just give me a phone? And then I remember in 9th grade, I was 14 and I guilted my dad into buying me a phone because that was the time when my parents separated the first time. And so I kind of used that against my dad to get stuff. So I definitely got him to give me a phone during that time. Because I was just like, Dad, you never know what's going to happen. Like, I need a phone for emergencies.
Yeah, we didn't.
And then he just did it.
I didn't grow up with phones.
It wasn't that normal that it was kind of normal. Some kids had phones, and I just wanted to be one of those kids who had a phone. But yeah, some kids did. It's not nothing special. When did you first have it? How far into your American?
I want to say like 3 months in.
Oh, that wasn't even a big deal. Like, I've never had a phone before, and then 3 months later you have a phone. You did not suffer much at all.
What are you talking about? My whole life up until then, I have never had a phone. That's
Okay.
That's 18 years worth of suffering. And then I finally owned that phone. It was a black, small, I forget what it was called. Yeah, flip phone. And it changed everything. I would walk around with it, like, hanging on my back.
That makes you cool.
Because it was like I was showing off with it.
Yeah. I got one of those clips. I used to clip it. Just kind of wanted to clip it on my pants and show off when I'm walking around campus. But then again, I always had to hide it whenever security was walking around. Because they'll be like, you're not supposed to bring your toys to school. Back then, a phone wasn't. It's not like now where everyone has to have a phone, and of course you're gonna bring it to school. Back then, it was like to teachers and like security. Like when kids had phones, they were just expensive toys.
They were distractions.
There are distractions, and they're probably gonna get stolen, and then the school's gonna be liable. So they just made the teachers mad.
Right.
That was it. So it was like anytime a kid's holding a phone, they get all weird about it. Put that in your bag now before I take it. So.
High school, we walked everywhere. We didn't have lunch. We didn't have lunch boxes.
How did you bring food?
We did. Just ate breakfast, starved. Then went home and ate.
We just ate breakfast and starved.
Then went home and ate dinner. We had if I had like 5 naira in my pocket, I would go buy some nuts. Peanuts were my favorite snack.
Oh, okay. How you said that before?
I could buy like, out of that 5 naira, I buy 1 naira worth of peanuts, and that's like 5 big peanuts, and I eat it all day
5
long.
peanuts?
5 big little bags of peanuts.
Oh, okay.
There's a way they used to tie them. They measure them in the cups, and they put it in the bag, and they tie it up and tie it into a cone. And each one of them is like 1 naira. Like 5 naira, they buy like 5 of them, and I could eat that all day.
Peanuts. That's it? It's a healthy snack too.
That's all I ate. Until I got home for dinner. I'm kind of really late because we're required to stay back for evening lessons. They found everywhere to occupy our time. Learning nonsense.
So would it be spontaneous? Like it's like Wednesday and you're expecting to go home on time, but then your teacher's like, we're gonna have evening lesson.
No, it was already pre-programmed into the curriculum.
Okay.
Basically, like Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. After school dismisses at 3 p.m. You go and you hang out and you come back at 5 p.m. for evening lessons. 5 p.m. will go 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. dismiss. Isn't that crazy? You're not leaving school. You're getting home in the dark, and you left in the morning.
That is crazy.
Monday, Wednesday.
What did you do for evening lessons?
They'll teach like extra math, or like if like extra science lessons. So this is just for the people who want to achieve more.
Oh, okay. And so your parents made you do it?
Yeah. Obviously, you pay more for it. So they sell it to the parents that we're going to tutor your kids to be better. So we're organizing evening lessons Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And for an extra 1,000 naira for kids to be enrolled for evening lessons.
Your parents were like, you're going to those evening lessons.
You bet they did. You better, you and your brother are going for the evening lessons, and you better pay attention. That's how it was. And we did that year after year after year. Until we were too grown that we had to leave the house. Actually, until we just left for college.
Right.
very exciting childhood.
No, it's really cool. I like hearing tales of your childhood. When I was a kid, my favorite snack was Taco Bell. It's like, obviously, look at you.
I still remember walking in the back alleys from school to the house, jumping through the mud because the roads were very bad, and you have to like skip through stones and make sure you don't. You get so good at skipping stones to get over like a bowl of pond of mud, and we go through back alleys, through thickets, through bush, and we'll find our way to school. And that's the only trail. Oh, that's the quickest trail, because the furthest trail will have to be go all the way to the main road and then walk down the main road. But usually we have this back alley that we've used for years. You know.
How'd you find out about the back alley?
That's our hometown. We know everything. We're all over this place. We're walking all day long, searching for places, making friends, going to buy groceries at the corner stores. It's like all these stores, right? Because you just know, you go to this mom will just say, Mommy, take 10 naira, go and buy me 2 tomato puree and 1 onions. Make sure you come back here. If you're low, if I wait for you longer than 30 minutes, you're in trouble. And then I'm off. On a mission to get some tomato puree and onions so she can cook them. And then we have to walk all the way to the
Fine,
store.
like being an adult and getting like a smaller person to just run out there and go run errands for you.
That's
like
what
your
kids were.
The fruit of your loins.
That's why they made so many kids, because they were house helps. They're all servants. The adults
I
use the
can't
kids
even
as-
imagine.
They use the kids as servants.
Wow. So like we're gonna have our
Dating back, that's how usually if the family unit was big, the more
Yeah.
kids you had, the better, because they ended up on the farms. They were your farmers, they were your errand runners, they were your security. So back in the day, you wanted to have more children. But then as civilization became normal, 2 kids, now 1 kid. Now most people. Back then it used to be like, you need to have kids so that when you're old they can take care of you. Now you don't even need them. There's so many safety nets that if you get old, you will have a really nice nursing home waiting for you.
Well, if you plan
prefer
well.
to actually be there than to
But
stay
yeah.
with your kids. I've seen some very fancy nursing homes, okay? Very
Yeah.
fancy assisted livings where they organize day trips and they organize like, all these games and they cook them continental dishes. Those things are out there. If you have that as an option, you would want to stay with your kids even if they're offered. No, I'm not babysitting your kids, no. I'm gonna go stay at home
With my friends.
We have friends over there. It's better. We're more and more self-sufficient. It's like we're loosening our need for each other. We're also, I think we're loosening our need for each other physically and our need for
Emotionally.
bonding or getting closer with our needs for spiritual bonding. Like we're shedding our physical dependency and evolving or developing our spiritual oneness and community.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Still want to go for a walk?
I don't mind, but I do want to get more ice because this is like, it's hurting so much.
Where is swollen too?
No, it's right here. It's right here. And not so much this, but it's mostly right here. This is like what really hurts.
It's swollen.
That's really bad.
What burnt you? Fire? Or the fire?
I think it was just because I grabbed a plate and it was that hot. So I'm embarrassed, but yeah, I did not expect the plate to be this hot.
Yeah, because there are safety mittens all over the place that you could have used.
I know.
Oh, this thing that they call
It was
like testing
literally
it.
scorching. It's like as soon as it registered that this is hot, it already,
It was already
did
too
the
late.
damage.
Yeah. Before the message got to your brain, it was already
Yeah, so it hurts so bad now. This is not fun. I'm worried about what happens when the ice runs out.
What ice?
The ice in the ice maker, because we don't have, it's not working anymore, is it? Like we need a filter.
I think it's still working because I emptied it out that one day. And
Oh.
I made more.
Okay, maybe it is.
I just
So
don't know
maybe
why
it's
it's not.
the water's not working now.
Put the ice in the water dispenser that shut off.
Yeah.